resisting! Get off me!
You can't do this!
Back up, now!
The clock had just struck midnight when a loud crash shattered the quiet street. Neighbors peeked through their curtains as police officers smashed down the front door of a small apartment. Inside, Marcus Johnson jumped up from his couch, heart racing, confused, and terrified. Before he could even speak, two officers rushed in, forced him to the ground, and slapped cold handcuffs around his wrists. "You're going to jail," one officer barked. Marcus struggled to keep his voice steady. "You've got the wrong place. Check my identity." But the officers weren't listening. One of them searched the room while the other kept a knee pressed into Marcus's back. The living room was modest, just a couch, a small TV, and a stack of textbooks on the table. No weapons, no drugs, nothing that looked like a criminal hideout. Outside, a few neighbors had started recording on their phones. The sound of sirens echoed in the distance, Tad growing louder by the second. One officer stepped outside to answer his radio, his face tightening as he listened. Within minutes, 3 black SUVs pulled up in front of the building. Doors swung open and several sharply dressed officials stepped out. Their presence instantly changed the energy on the street. The officer at the door stiffened as one of the men flashed a badge and asked a single question. "Where is Marcus Johnson?" Inside, Marcus was still face down on the floor. The officer holding him finally hesitated as the officials entered the apartment. One of them looked down at Marcus, then at the officers, his expression turning cold. "Uncuff him. Now." The room fell silent. The officer slowly removed the handcuffs, avoiding eye contact. Marcus rubbed his wrists, still trying to process what was happening. The man in the suit helped him to his feet. "Mr. Johnson, I'm with the city's legal oversight office. We've been monitoring a series of wrong address raids. Your building was flagged earlier tonight." The officers looked at each other, confusion replacing their earlier confidence. One of them checked a piece of paper, then whispered, "The suspect was supposed to be in 3B. This is 3A. Marcus let out a quiet, disbelieving laugh. "I told you to check my identity." Outside, more officials and supervisors were arriving. The same officers who had stormed in with authority now stood silently, surrounded by cameras, witnesses, and their own superiors. The mood had completely shifted. One supervisor stepped forward, his voice serious. "Everyone hold position. We're going to sort this out properly." Marcus looked around his damaged doorway, the splintered wood scattered across the floor. Just 10 minutes ago, he was being dragged off as a criminal. Now the officers who arrested him were the ones under scrutiny. As the cameras kept rolling and the officials took notes, one thing was clear. This night wasn't going to end the way those officers expected. And by morning, the entire city would be talking about what really happened at that door.